Hey there, I'm Critsy. Welcome back to Steve Jackson's Sorcery 4. Last time I played a lot of dice, and this time I should hopefully do anything else. I should not play more dice. I should stop gambling. And to that end, let's go back into the alleys where I just gambled in. Hooray! Right? Let's go back in! You pull out the sheet of directions and follow them. You enter the alleyways, following each line on the directions exactly to come to this dome, which I'm curious about. I've been curious about this. The turnings and openings on the map are confusing, but eventually you stumble upon an unfamiliar sight. The bronze dome is not a tent, as you had assumed, but rather an almost perfect hemisphere. Its surface gleams with the shifting, glossy luster of liquid metal. Oh, neat! I also assumed it was a tent of some kind. Walk around the dome, touch the surface, walk around the dome. You circle the dome, taking in the shining hue and near-perfect curve. You have never met an artisan who could craft anything like this. Its edges disappear into the ground. It could, in fact, be a buried sphere, but you cannot tell. I feel like I'm reading weird tone. I'm happy, at least. I don't know. I'm kind of having fun with sorcery right now. I'm a little sad to see it approaching its end. There is no discernible door or opening. Cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Sus, probably. Well, unless I can cast Far. Let me get this out of the way. I had my desk fan out. Oh, it looks like I can cast Far. I never even check what other spells I can cast anymore. You weave its spell and everything changes. You are holding your sword in front of you, and the sword is buried half into the surface of the bronze dome. Look at the dome or look at the sword? Look at the sword. You look down, you long down at the blade of your sword. It glistens with something as though freshly oiled. Look at the dome. You look at the dome, does not seem damaged, and there is no seam where the sword appears into the building's skin. Step forward. You take a step forward, and your hand enters the metal surface of the dome and is swallowed up. The vision fades. Is this dome impervious to spells? Well, I would love to see what happens if you enter the dome. Dop. Raz, of course. How? No sus. I'm gonna risk touching the dome. I'm gonna touch the dome. Yeah, you know, I can't rewind right now, but I'm feeling like taking a risk. I'm gonna touch the dome. Just touch the dome. You place your hand upon the dome. It is cool, metallic, and you detect a faint vibration beneath your palm. No, don't strike the dome. Just go through. You just saw Your sword clinks as it bounces off the bronze surface. There is no way to cut through the thick, slick surface. But I just saw the vision. Do I have to razz it? I guess I have to razz it. Using a little of your beeswax, you coat the edge of your sword and enchant your spell. The blade flashes and glows, and the metal binds itself tighter into a razor blade edge. Strike the dome again. You poke the dome with your magically sharpened sword. Somehow, the metal surface yields to the tip of your blade. Cut into the dome. You plunge your enchanted blade into the dome, and it offers no resistance. Pushing your blade feels like parting water. Push further. I'm going to go inside. Press a little further, continuing to slide until it's up to the hilt. Continue pushing. You push further still, and your fingers slide inside. I don't like this anymore. The bronze surface enveloping your hand without feeling. Step into the dome. Steeling yourself, you step through into the dome's surface. There is no feeling as the walls melt away. You emerge into a hollow space inside the dome. I have more beeswax, right? I can get back out? You stand within the dome, a curious, warped space the size of a small room. The gleam on your sword edge fades. A skeleton stands in the center, hands raised toward the ceiling. A strange light emits from the higher of its two hands. Through your feet, you feel the same soft vibration as you did outside. The dome is humming. For the walls, you trace the edges of the dome. The smooth wall glitters, more gold than bronze, without a trace of the grime of the city, and no trace of the opening you made to come in here. Then the walls begin to echo with a beautiful voice. "Analander," whispers the woman, "you have found a place of safety." The voice is familiar, of course. It is Libra once more. "This place is shielded by a simple, strong magic," she tells you. "I may visit you here and provide you with visions that you may need." What is this place? Merely a magic? No more and no less. You feel a great calm come across your body. "Rest now," she advises. "Then begin your explorations afresh, knowing you are protected." Libra has visited you. You may now rewind to this point in the story. I wish I knew about this. What the fuck? Man? Whatever. You look over the skeleton. It stands with its feet apart, clad in tattered sorcerer's robes, with its hands cupped towards the ceiling. You cannot see what it is holding, but the glow lights up the room. You let your eyes unfocus for a moment and see channels of starlight streaming through the dome into the hands of the skeleton. Magical powers pouring through its hand and spreading throughout the space. The vibration you feel is the channeling of great power. Grab the skeleton's hands? No, leave it alone. Cast a spell? Oh. Don't mind if I do. Doc? Yep. I imagine. I can R, but I don't know what it does. Sap? Why would I sap in here? What would I want to do with that? Sus? No danger. Foff. Walk. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. I mean, I like that I can do that, though. Wish I knew about that before. I guess if... Sorry. I guess if anything crazy happens over here, I can go back here. Cool. I wish I knew that before I visited the lady, though. Would have loved to talk to her and get all the options. You have had enough of these streets. You cannot afford to lose your way for good. The fire at the crossroads is still burning. Move on. I'm gonna go east. Oh, sorry. I think that's south, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go south. Southeast. Oh no, that is east. God dang it, dummy. You pass by the alleys and follow the road as it heads towards the rising wall of Mampang. After a while, the path opens up into a stony clearing. The sun has almost set, and the sky has turned a deep purple. It will be dark soon. Guards walk this way and that across the space. Look at the flagstones at the people. Look at the people. The people in the square are moving this way and that, seemingly without purpose. They all seem quite concerned and busy, however. Look across the square. Across the square is a low wall with a door. The guards do not seem to be guarding it, but none are going anywhere near it either. Look at the flagstones. Flagstones of this square are smooth and worn, as though by torrential rain. You could elbow your way through the strange crowds filling the square. Cross into the middle of the small square. Guards move this way and that. One corner of the square is a rich tent from which rich smells are rising. Oops. The food server? The food seller has a low tent with a cooking stove. A few of the square's wandering populace pause by it to eat before continuing in their endless circuits. This is not a good place to hang around. I am looking towards the door, but I'm also curious what's going on here. Are they, like, enchanted, or because I don't think anyone would work near here. Night has fallen. You need to rest. You approach the small kitchen. To one side, a long table is crowded with people eating their meals. The chef bustles through the kitchen. "Hungry," he says. Look at the food. Seems the cook is serving boiled tortoise for 11 gold. The meal is served in half of a shell, which is mottled from the heat. Do you sell, like, rations? You attract the attention of the chef. Yes, he demands. You want to eat? What are the people here all doing? Here? Eating. Out in the square, you mean? They're waiting. Waiting for what? To be needed. If you watch long enough, you'll see them being called away. Neat. What is this part of the city? Eastern Square, but it's more like a holding pen. Huh. What lies beyond the east wall? The chef seems to shiver. Magic. And lots of it. It's wading from the shallows into a lake. Don't go. You ask a lot of questions, the chef observes through narrowed eyes. Must make you hungry. Something to eat? I do want a meal, but... Aw, man. The meal is disgusting. Oh, man. I wanted rations. Shucks. You return to the middle of the small square. Guards patrol the area. Moonlight covers everything. As you walk, you become aware of 3 spindly figures staring in your direction. His eyes. Sightmasters! Those large eyes are a sure giveaway. They are Sightmasters from Analand. What are they doing so far from home? One beckons you over. I don't like him. You approach, noting that the 3 look much like those who guard Analand's borders. Their leader turns to you and whispers, Analander? I recognize you, of course. Despite the robe. I recognize you, of course. Of course. Despite... I don't know how I'm meant to read that. How could I not, our great journeyman? But surely it is dangerous for one such as you to be wandering the fortress. Guards will think you are a spy. How did you get here? Do I know you? How did you get here? How do you think? The Eagles are here. They're waiting for you to do your job and not get caught. Her companion produces a heavy, scratchy-looking coat held together by thick ties. Put this on! She hisses. It's a cloak of disguise. Look at the coat. You've never seen such a cloak before. It seems remarkably bulky for a cloak of disguise. It's made from gold crest feathers, one of the Sightmasters says. It will turn you invisible. Sightmaster pushes it at you. Wear it! No, I'm fine. I'm okay. Nah. You refuse the coat flatly. The Sightmasters shake their heads. You fool! You will be captured for sure! Analand is depending on you! The entire old world! I will not wear it! The long faces darken, their eyes try to narrow. Then we must do this the hard way, the Sightmaster says sadly, and her hand strays to her weapon. The Sightmasters have all snapped their weapons out. It will be 3 against 1, and these are Analand's most highly trained warriors. Cast a spell. I'm confident. I'm confident I can handle them. Looks like I can cast Walk, too. Sap, Nap, Rock? Now, I'm gonna just cast, Walk, I think, since I got, like, tons of money. Walk! You place a gold piece on your wrist and cast the spell, and a moment later the coin is gone. You feel the weight of an invisible shield on your arm. You heft it up and face the 3 Sightmasters. The 3 Sightmasters charge at you, swords raised. Yeah, see, that's really betraying my trust here. You cut the first down with ease, blocking a blow with your invisible shield. Just like that, another Sightmaster chops at head height with her sword, and you duck, just in time. The 2 remaining Sightmasters grow cautious now that you have shown yourself to be a threat. Strangely, the guards are paying no heed to the bloodshed. Circle them. You keep your eyes on them as they circle, hoping to flank you, but you are too clever to let down your guard. Impatient, one darts into it. Holy shit! Look at how strong they could attack. I'm defending for sure. Jeez. Wish I had I wish I had 600 gold for that. That whatchamacallit. The scimitar? Rapier. Yeah, I wish I had that. Sightmaster steps over his fallen comrade. You drop to a defensive crouch immediately and raise your shield. A Sightmaster is not to be trifled with. The Sightmaster comes in with his strongest, most forceful attack. The Archmage prefers you alive, but I would rather kill you myself, he growls. You see the grip tighten as he readies himself to strike again. You look like a jester, dude. You're a fake Sightmaster, aren't you? Jeez. When did I get down to 7 strength? Like, what happened to my... Wasn't I able to go up to, like, that high myself with the legendary blade? Readies himself to strike again. I'd risk a 5, I think. Shit! I should have gone for 7. Gah! The Sightmaster laughs. You attempt a strong blow only to be outclassed. His own blow is of medium force, but enough to knock you reeling. The impact opens a deep wound in your back. For the Archmage. I think I'm gonna... Shucks, I wish I could just retry it just like that, but I'll keep trying. Go ahead and block. His eyes follow your shoulders. You drop yourself into a crouch behind the shield. He hangs back and watches you in return. Yep, couldn't have beaten that. You hold firm and keep your shield high as he tries a deep bash, but you duck. I'll get you for what you've done! What have I done? You escape mostly uninjured, thanks to your shield. 6. Yeah, there we go. Time to attack. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, overwhelming his own cut. Sorry, didn't you say her before? His own blow. Sightmaster, strongest, most forceful to eat. Whatever, I guess I was mistaken. His guard is coming up, conserving his energy. Go ahead and just jab him. Yep, poke, poke. Cleverly, you read his intent and attack. You sting him with your blade, low and fast, saving your own energy. His weapon is raised in defense. He shouts with bloodlust. He's left breathless, but not seriously hurt. A thin, grim expression crosses his face. Just block. I mean, it's not that hard. I'm starting to be able to read him. He turns along the ground, holding his sword easily. Aw, shucks. Shouldn't have gone for that. Sightmaster is panting. You will die for what you've done. He feints left. Block with my shield. This is why I love walk. I'm just gonna go and slap him. Slap him down. Oh no, I didn't get a 2. His breath begins to heave. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna try again in a sec. You see his arm grow tense. He is readying for a strong attack. Afraid to try me? He goads. It only tires him out. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna try again. Okay. What? Impatient, one darts into attack. The Sightmaster steps over his fallen comrades. Sightmaster is not to be trifled with. The ruffian Sightmaster covers himself as well. Yep, and there's the big attack. Archmage prefers you alive! And now I believe he can go for a 6 now. Yep, there we go. Got 3 damage in. Time to attack. You catch him deep in the side. His tunic reddens. Block? Oh, I could have actually beaten that, I think. Turns along the ground, holding his sword easily. Was that a block previously? I think that was a block, right? I kind of don't want to risk it. Shit! Sorry for swearing every time I mess up. You know, you don't need to watch me fight him again. I am going to try one more time, and if I take damage that time, I will cease. Okay, last try. If I get damage this time, I'll just accept it. Okay, so first of all, block, let him get his big attack in, then we go for a strong attack. Tightens as he readies himself to strike again. 7. Get a 3 damage hit in there. His eyes follow your shoulders, that's a block. Jab him. Cleverly, you read his intent. He turns along the ground, holding his sword easily. I'm gonna go ahead and... Ah, shucks, I could have gone in for a good attack there. His arm grows tense, readying for a strong attack. Go ahead and block it. You're largely unhurt, thanks to your defenses. And... I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, yeah, nice! See? Flawless fighting. His expression slackens, and those wondrous eyes grow dim. The Sightmasters now lie dead. Your skill with the blade was too much for them. The third, terrified, drops his weapon and flees into the alleys. Search the bodies. You root through the pockets, finding a little gold and some food. Find a crumpled parchment in the coat of one Sightmaster. Unfurling the parchment, you are surprised to find it is a charcoal sketch. You recognize it as a view from the top of the Shamatanti walls, looking inward over Analand. You can even see your own tent just beside the passage. At the top of the sketch, a fine hand has written, "One day." The crowds of the square barely noticed your fight, and those who did just hurried past it. You continue on before anyone might take interest, arrives. Bad reading. So were they like some kind of like rival political faction or something? No, because like the Archmage wants to destroy everything, right? Let's just go through the door. I'm curious to see what's in here. Look at the door. Feel an incredible energy rising from beyond the door, as though something was chained up there. Try the door. You try the door. It is merely latched against the wind and not locked. Alright, bye everyone. Ignore me walking through the magic door. Step through the door into a curiously quiet area of stone. Low towers rise from a dark pool of icy-looking water, with paths shaking across it, snaking. I mistook it for an H. Across it from one to another, the whole place is worn and ruined. You cannot help but shiver. You are back amongst the haunted, powerful towers of the inner college. Look in the water. The water looks cold as ice and has no reflections. Look at the towers. Some of the towers rise to the heights of trees, while others have been cut down, and others are nothing but circles of rubble. Smoke rises from some, while others crackle with a gentle light and energy. This place is clearly buzzing with power. Yeah, some are in ruins? Which ones, huh? Which towers are just rubble? Continue. I might sleep here. Yeah, I'll lose stamina if I don't sleep, so I'll just go ahead and take a nap. Find a spot by the wall in which to shelter. The sense of energy in the area is stronger here, but you will at least be safe. You do not need to eat more today. I could eat anyway. Close my eyes, you get comfortable and rest. Dream. You wake in the night to see a black shadow slipping into the gloom beside you. I hope it's Flanker. Cast a spell. You open your arms to gather starlight, and a voice laughs quietly. Two hands clasp yours to separate them. No need for that, Analander. It's Flanker, right? Yeah, make space for him. It's a cold night here in the shadows of evil, the voice continues. Flanker, I near the end of my journey as you near the end of yours, Flanker replies. But, Analander, I fear the outcome. This feels really intimate, but like, I'm okay with it. We've been through a lot together. Alright, what's your mission? Does not do to speak of it. Flanker's head moves a fraction in the dark. I am a dead man still alive. An assassin is not permitted to experience mercy, and yet here I am. I'm glad for your company. You are a man, not an assassin. Flanker laughs softly. What is done cannot be undone, he replies. A carved statue cannot be uncarved, only broken. He touches your shoulder briefly. Rest now. And so the night passes, but you know that in the morning he will be gone. Oh, I wish I got to talk to him more. Man! Wanted to discuss things with Flanker. Shucks! Well, maybe I'll get to see him again. Or I could always rewind and try it again. You leave the shade of the wall and follow the stepping stones out across the water. Everywhere the signs of ruin abound. There we go. Weeds crack through the stones, turret roofs and buttresses have collapsed into heaps. Why has the Archmage allowed such ruin? What's the best route to go here? I think I'm gonna go up to that tower, then down to the mid. Oh wait, there's a tower on the south too. Top tower, middle tower, bottom tower, then the tower to the right, across the way. Oh boy, I'll figure it out from there. So top tower. Path ends at a tower. Look at the tower. Tower is squat and wide, and has clearly been long abandoned, but from the inside comes the faintest sound. Music? Again? The air stirs a little. Still cold, but fresh. You cross the waters and push your way inside the crumbling tower, not knowing what you might find. The chamber inside is mostly bare, except for an empty table in the center. Various items lie around it, as though they had fallen off the surface during some kind of earthquake. Doors face each other on opposing walls of the tower. Do they? That doesn't look like a whatever. Cast the spell. Far, I hope. Far. Oh. Jig. Give myself a nice lively morale boosting jig. Consulting the stars, the sounds echo around the space, but nothing seems to happen. Has there been an outcome for your spell? You cannot tell, but it did not seem to feel but you did not seem compelled to dance. Look at the things on the floor. Strewn across the table are an odd assortment of things: a broken cup, a decent-looking broadsword, the bare bone from a hunk of meat. Look at the table. Ignore the rubbish on the floor and go over to the table to look it over. Seems ordinary enough. Its surface is etched with scratches and grooves, but nothing intelligible. Take something. You look down. Take the broadsword. Take the bone. Pick up the bone, but it seems useless, so you toss it away once more. Take the broadsword. Oh! You reach down and pick up the broadsword, giving it a swing. It feels well-weighted and sharp. Counter spell, then. So the spell of clumsiness opposes the spell of dancing. Wait, what did I... What gives me that idea? Oh, this is a monumental leap in logic. Alright. Move on. I guess I happened to do it right. Wind picks up a little spray from the water and splashes it onto your face. It stings where it touches you. Look into the water. I've already heard that before. It's black, reflectionless, as though infinitely deep. Yeah, I've already done this. Down here. Few clouds move across the sky. You enter the next tower nervously. The inner doors you stand in front of are twice your height and look to be made of solid metal. The air is thick with an incredible smell. Smell the air? You sniff the air. Smoke. Melting metal. It's as though a gigantic smithy lies beyond this door. The handle's probably super hot, right? Oh, wooden handle. You place your ear to the metal, then leap backwards. The door is searing hot. The wooden handle should be safe to touch, though. Try the handle. As you grasp the handle, you notice it's almost too hot to touch. Open the door. You easily pull open the heavy doors, and you see why the handle was so warm. A blazing inferno greets you inside. You slip carefully into the room, which is filled with roaring flame. Why would I go in? You can't see the source of the blaze, but surely it is a miracle it has not spread to the other buildings of the fortress. The flames seem to show no sign of dying down either. You are already sweating from the heat. While the flames lick through the whole room, you might not be able to pick a path through them. You stand at the room's threshold. Cast a spell. It's an illusion, right? It's like fear or something. Actually, doesn't... Oh, don't we... Yeah, it's hot, right? What cancels hot? I can't Huff? Oh, that would probably make it worse, right? Because fire needs air to burn. 6, I'm gonna try Huff. I thought Dock is the counterspell to Huff. Hang on, let me check my spellbook. Madge does how ha zob gob 6 raz walk s law foff zap hot wall off dumb big doop sus jig job gum dock. Yeah, counters hot. Well, I can't cast that spell. Can't cast Dock, so I'm gonna try Huff. Create wind. Gather the stars into your design and pull the gale horn to your lips. The flames do not even flicker under the force of your mighty gale. You did not see any effect. This cannot be a normal fire if it does not respond to wind. I'm judging it. I'm guessing it's a illusion of some kind. Well, the handle wouldn't have been hot then, right? How? Nip. Create stench. That would probably be explosive, right? Well, doesn't hurt to try. Unless it explodes. Grab your nose plugs. Terrible odor begins to blossom from your sleeves. The foul smell permeates the room. Regrettably, the room is still on fire. Okay. Just, checking. Maybe it's some weird counterspell. Who knows? Why are there multiple D's? Oh, there's generally multiple letters, dummy. Dim. Stupidity. That sounds like a really bad idea. Zip. Counters gum. There's gotta be a counterspell here. 6. Counters kin. How. I'm gonna try how. The voice has nothing to say. There's no hidden route to be discovered here. Voice fades. Curious. Is there no solution to this obstacle, or does the voice simply not know? I'm guessing it's fake fire. Like, I'm guessing this is like a GAC room, but... Counters Dock. Yeah, I imagine a big fireball would counter a healing spell. And I can't... Oh, I can zip. So I'm just gonna zip. See if I can zip through. Close your eyes, only to find yourself in the middle of the flames. They surge around, blistering and burning your skin. What is my fate? You have been burnt to a crisp. Oh no! No, I just straight up died! Fuck! Okay, well, thankfully, I did want to rewind anyway, right? Yeah, okay. Zoop! Apparently you don't zip through there. Skeleton greets you once more. Oh, they even acknowledged that it's like the same. Examine the walls. Examine the skeleton. Hello, friend. Alright, bye. Okay. So it's like a canon vision now, right? I stepped into the dome and I saw myself burning to death. Oh, I have to fight the Sightmasters again, don't I? Let's charge at the scavengers. Sheesh. Well, I do want to fight them so I can get those rations back. I'm not going to spend money on the tortoise this time, though. Look at the people. Look at the flagstones. Look at the square. Just make sure I get all the information. You know, I might not have the gorilla anymore, but I'm still respecting gorilla conduct. Oh yeah, I wanted to rewind so I could try what's it called? Yeah, try talking to Flanker again. Where's the Sightmasters? Ah, there they are. Sightmasters! One beckons you over. Approach them. Analander, I recognize you. Do I know you? I'm sure you don't remember me. I watched you sparring with the sergeant in the yard before. Well, we all know what happened to him, I'm sure. Sightmasters nod and murmur in agreement. Her companion produces a heavy, scratchy-looking coat. How did you get here? No. What are you doing here? What happened to him? Sightmasters all shake their heads. One mimes flapping arms for a moment, then quickly looks around to check if no one has turned away. Sightmasters... Oh, whatever. Nah, no thanks. Refuse. Analanda's depending on you. I will not wear it. And I'm gonna walk. For that, I walk. And same fight as before. I might just pause it through the fight since you've seen me do it like 3 times now. Unless I can do it like super good. Readies himself to strike again, but I bam! Counterattack! Whoosh! His eyes follow your shoulders. Jab him! Little baby jab! Yeah. Grim expression comes across his face. Block! Turns along the ground, holding his sword easily. Big attack! He feints left. Block! His knuckles are whitening. I actually don't know what that one... Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to beat that. Good to be cautious. Afraid to try me? Wha-bam! You're dead. Search bodies. Take the parchment. One day. And now I can leave. And I am going to sleep there. I'm going to see if I can encounter Flanker again. Try the door. Sleep here. Do not need more to eat today. And I didn't eat gross turtles. Who's there? Surely you know my footballs by now, Analander. Footballs, yeah. Make space for him. It's a cold night, the shadow of evil. I am not afraid. I cannot know fear. But I am a dead man still alive. An assassin is not permitted to experience mercy. I'm glad for your company, and I of yours. The assassin is close enough for you to feel the movements in his powerful body relaxing. One of us will kill the Archmage. Can I ask you something? Anything. Will we survive this, do you think? Is there someone waiting for you back home? Have you ever been to Analand? Many times. In my former life. Now I'm a ghost walking. If I return there, it will be to haunt it. Sleep together? Aww. But as Flanker speaks, he breathes softly into the dark, very much alive. And so the night passes. Dude, we slept together that time. I love that. I didn't see this coming, like, but I'm into it. Yeah, I like Flanker. I wish I got to ask him more questions, though. I'm tempted to rewind again to... whatever. Look in the water, look at the towers. Look at the towers. I don't know what to do in that tower. I'm going to try it one more time, and if it kills me again, because apparently it is real fire, we go up here. I do want to learn the counterspell for dim. Oh, right. The tower. Faint sound of music, right? Banded tower. Jig. Jig. So, I would imagine that that tower down there is like... It's like the hot tower, right? Because all of these correspond to a spell, it seems. I mean, like, not that I'm always able to guess what the spell is, but they do seem to correspond to a spell every time. I just can't figure out what to do. Incredible spell. Try the handle. Almost too hot to touch. The door crack. Roaring flame just inside the door. Must be some kind of furnace. I mean, maybe it is just a regular old furnace. It's the boiler room. So zip didn't work. Let me look at all the ones we can do. Zip, of course, didn't work. Nif didn't work. 6. Hot. How? Fuck it. Make a bigger fire. Fireball streaks into the fire and does nothing. Seems the old wisdom is misguided. Alright, well, I wasted 3 stamina. Wait, let me look around first. Look around. Look around the chamber. The walls are metal, presumably to protect the rest of the fortress, but they have the effect of making this place into an oven. There may be an exit on the far side, but through the wall of fire it is impossible to say. Is there anything else? Because, like, I tried Nif, I mean, maybe it's just a furnace. Maybe I'm being a fool, and it's just a furnace. Nip. 6. I can't see 6 helping with anything. Screw it. Make 6. 5 clones step out around you, forming a semicircle. Order one to explore the room. Order them all to walk in. You send one to explore the room. He warily enters, dancing around the flames, but does not make it far. Trying to turn back, he is soon overwhelmed by the smoke. The other clones stare into the distance impassively, at their comrades' terrible screams echoing in the room. Order the rest to walk in. Order the rest to walk together. They are burnt up before they reach the halfway mark. Alright, bye. Never mind. Shadow of the Western Rock. I'm hesitant to go into the northern tower, or the... yeah, northern tower here, because that one leads all the way down here, and I mean, I could go all the way down there and then make my way back. No, I couldn't. Well, maybe. I might. You know, unexpected turn, but... I'll just hit all those ones on the way back. The sun bakes the flagstones. You approach the next weird tower, wondering what you will find this time. This tower is gloomy. You begin to feel a great weight upon your shoulders as you step inside. The interior hardly seems worth describing in this place. Oh. I mean, that's like the sap tower, right? Look around with a sense of hopelessness. In the middle, there is a skeleton who seems to be equally heavy and sad. Cast a spell. You open your arms to cast a spell, but then they drop to your sides. What, after all, is the purpose? Spells never seem to do what they're supposed to. They're always ruined by some minor triviality, some detail of the rules of casting. You sigh. Your whole journey has been a waste of time. The memory comes back again. The girl in the forest, Elise. She got eaten by snaticats, most likely, and you didn't do anything to help her. Leave. You head for the exit, but give up after a few paces. There's nothing out there worth finding, after all. Just more of the same. Might as well stay here. Think of the Crown of Kings just over in the nearby tower and completely out of reach. Might as well have stayed home. Inch for the door. You move an inch towards the door. It's only an inch. Hardly worth it. But it is an inch more than the skeleton has managed, the slack-jawed idiot, and you lost your little finger. Wait. Sit down to wait. Someone had better come to help you. And now they call you the Anoland. Inch for the door. Oh, God. You crawl another inch towards the door. There's no use denying it. You are closer than you were. And most likely you're going to die here. Again. Sulk. You stick your tongue out and cross your arms. Inch for the door. Oh, God. You inch another half step across the floor. Your body feels heavy as stone, and your heart is barely beating. It is as though your limbs were refusing to comply. Weep. Begin to weep uncontrollably. Wait. Continue waiting. Something had better turn up. Inch for the door even more. Another inch, and you are moving out of the eye of whatever spell holds you. You find yourself moving a little more now. Refuse to move. The king can get his own crown back. Inch for the door. One more inch, and then you are up on your feet, running, racing out of this hellish tower of nothing and gasping for breath. Oh, but I need to figure out the counterspell! Dude! How was I supposed to do that? Man, didn't even get a chance. That tower looks like... Is this tower over here, like, covered in filth? Or is that blood? Has there always been brown stuff on the towers? No, there's no brown stuff on any other tower. Gross. You make your way across the stone walkway, arching high into the air above the swirling waters that pool below until you reach the next curious tower. The sun has reached its highest point now. This tower has no door, just an open arch leading into shadow. No! Don't head inside. Use tell. Look inside. Peering through the arch, you make out some kind of yellowish light coming from within. All right. You enter the doorway and stop suddenly, half blinded by a glowing luster that fills the chamber. Your footsteps crunch as you look down. It seems the floor is covered in gold, coins, jewels, and emeralds of every shade and hue. Doors lead away in both directions. That's fake gold. What counters jewelry? Far doesn't counter that. Mud? I don't want to... That counts as quicksand. Gob? Summon a goblin. I do have a bunch of goblin teeth. Sob. Subs. What was the spell I made in that tower? I can't remember anymore. Doc, no. I'm gonna try Gob. I'm gonna make a goblin. Let him enjoy the treasure. No goblin appears. Instead, the treasure in the room begins to melt and dissolve, rising like steam into the air. Yeah, just wait. The dud and goblin spells counter each other. How useful. Yeah, you know, if I go into the Archmage's tower and he tries to bribe me, I'll just goblin it away. Good to know. Search the room. Oh, I wonder if I would have killed all those goblins in that tower if I made treasure for them. Hurry over another walkway, and I actually have to end the episode. I'll see the next tower then. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.